Hello and welcome to Flower Juice. My name's John McDonald and today we're going to have a look at the flower egg. So this was the floral egg as done by Syndicate Sales in America and inspired by Holly Chapel. So in our last video we looked at the flower pillow, which was like the round version, which was great for creating an arrangement. For this, we've got the egg, and this is really designed for making like hand-tied designs. So you've got your two halves and you can join them together. So I think, personally I'm thinking this is for wedding work, but I think you could use them for general hand ties, gift hand ties as well. But the idea is that really this frame is going to allow us to create quite a lot of volume in a bouquet that you might not be able to do, and it's going to give some support. So I suppose there's lots of different ways. Now I have to say I've not tried this, so this will be the first time we've tried. What we've got is we've got a real range of materials. So this is really kind of aimed at this kind of boho garden style where you're using lots of different textures and lots of different material. So I've got some nice big hydrangeas for going in the center. We've got some like nice large head roses, spray roses. I've got some calla, phlox, lots of different bits and bobs, a little bit of astrantia. So things that are really going to give us a lot of texture and interest. So let's begin. Okay, so because this is this shape, I think I'm going to prefer to use it this way so that really we have a lot of opportunity to make something that's quite a good size. And I'm thinking, obviously I want my stems to still cross over in this area. So this is going to take material up through here. So I think probably the best approach is to get 3 bits of foliage into here as like a tripod. So that immediately is going to give me a bit of support for holding this holder. Now, and then we can really start. So I want to use probably, and we can flex some of our stuff as well, a couple of pieces of French ruskus for going down. Now, I know we can, we can add some material later on that's going to come behind it and out with it. Which we can do with that. But let's really see. And I mean, I'm going to have to kind of stop myself from trying to make this too formal because we really want a very big, blousey sort of a tied arrangement. So again, this is all about different materials and just bringing it in. So as I'm adding more, I'm feeling it beginning to take a bit more strength from itself. And I think maybe now's a good time to pop in our hydrangeas. So straight away I can feel that's got lots of support. And then over here, I can pull that in. So I'm still trying to achieve like a hand-tied style, but with that frame giving a lot more support up here. And I'm hoping that this is like an armature that's really going to allow you to make something that's very big with less volume of materials, because sometimes if you're making a very big hand tie you actually end up with a lot of flowers and a lot of stems and it can become really very heavy. So this is interesting, and apparently this was something that people used to do years ago, was make this type of structure to then make a wedding bouquet from. So going way back before the days of foam, people might have made this from chicken wire or even using like willow, like twisty willow, and really scrunch it and make it and create an egg out of that willow. So already we're starting to add our volume and we're starting to get a bit of interest. So I think at this point, because the callas are a little bit delicate, I think now's a good time to bring them in. I'm just going to gently put them in. And I'm being a little bit careful here. Yeah, so you can feel the stem find a path And that's when you can just then keep feeding it through. Maybe just moving this around in my hand as well is probably a good idea. So I think with this style, you're creating something that's very loose and free, and I think you need to keep just assessing what you're doing and keep checking. So really, if you're going to sell this idea to a bride, you're going to have to say, you know, I can't tell you exactly what the finished result's going to be. I'm going to have to, you know, they're going to have to be happy to have that flexibility to let you do something creative, and then you take it from there. Now, I think we want to have a little bit of rose up here. Now. And I like this. This is the sedum. So the sedum is just perfect for bringing in a little bit of weight. So actually putting a little bit of weight underneath means that we can start to create some layers. So now I'm going to add a few flowers that are coming in from behind. So I still want to get a little bit of a feel of a bouquet, a wedding bouquet. Like a big shower. But we don't want to be too formal in how we're doing this. And I love all this softer material. This is dill, and this is really good just now. And as we can see, this frame is starting to just disappear. And actually I can bring some flowers lower down. And right underneath. And this is some mint. So our mint is going to give us a fresh look. So the great thing about making a bouquet like this is we can make it and we can put it back in water. So we can cut all our stems, put it in water, and then it's really just a case of finishing it off for delivery. I really like asparagus. You probably notice this in the videos because it just gives you a different texture and a different feel. And we can actually even bring a piece from the back over a little bit, and we can use some of these other materials just to capture that. So we're building it up. Now I'm going to keep some foliage towards the end that we can use for just coming underneath. And I'm also, as I'm building it, just being careful that I can feel if there's any snaggy bits or jaggy bits, because we don't want that. So I think we're getting quite a good sized bouquet, but we want to go big. We want to be bigger and bigger. So now I'm really going to add a little bit more volume and not be scared to do that. I've got a little bit of ivy here. So I think what we'll do is we'll put a little bit over the top and a little bit through the back. And I've got some scabious seed heads as well, so these can go in. Again, I can feel that going into the holder or through the egg. And this is just going to add to that garden feel. So looking from behind, we've still got a lot of that hidden. Got a little bit showing here. It's gone a little bit off center. But I think the more you probably work with this, the easier it's going to become. can just fold that over. And that's taken a large volume of material into this bouquet. So just a few little bits. So we've got some nice kind of grasses that have been available just now. I know that one's a little bit bent, but we can feed it through. Same with this one. And yeah, this one's good. Maybe not. I think that's maybe enough. I know more is more, but that's quite a lot of volume and quite loose. So I'm just looking and seeing, and I can see that I've got eucalyptus here, so I just want to put a little bit to the back just to echo that there. And then all we need to do is tie it off. Now this is the paper covered wire, but you can use twine or whatever you prefer, but you can tie it first and then come back and do it with a decor. So you could use a ribbon or a twine. I think what's quite nice about this is that you can get the stems playing a feature in the bouquet. So really the stems can be a big part of this. And actually the stems are important because they will give you some balance. So we have a lot of volume here, but you need this here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to just trim this. And I'm just looking really to give this a nice shape and a nice profile. Also looking out for anything that's sharp that needs taken off. And that's really it. Okay, so we've got our finished bouquet, and what do I think of the floral egg? Well, it wasn't a problem. I think what it's done is it's actually given a lot of support to some of this volume. And for all we bring some material on the outside of the egg once we've started to add quite a lot, and it ends up looking like a hand tie, it has been a good support within the actual bouquet. What I did like was that you can bring materials in quite low, like this, and that's actually creating a lot of interest in this bouquet. So overall, we've got a bouquet that's in a garden style. It's really got a lot of interest with lots of different things. We've got depth, and we've got line, and we've got a little bit more line and movement with this ivy as well. I think what's quite nice is that it has like a waist where it's been tied, and the stems become a feature. So really it's a very organic, very natural bouquet, and a bride would be able to hold this in lots of different ways. You can put it over the arm, you can even carry it down. So I think an interesting technique, using an interesting product. It'll be interesting to see with a bit more practice how these things work. But yeah, I think it's been very successful. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and thank you for watching. If you can get hold of one of these, then have a go. If you can't get hold of one, then why not make one out of some wire? But if you've enjoyed today's video, then why not click here to subscribe and join us for our next video.